What's happening, everyone? Welcome to GBALL Vision. I hope you are having an awesome day today. We have an awesome video planned for you. We are talking about some knives that are worth every penny. And I want to kick it off with one that cannot be overlooked. This is the CJRB Echo. You're getting powdered steel, RPM 9, contoured scales with great micarta. Great build, a nice deep carry rollover clip that's going to be reversible for our lefty buddies. You have multiple ways of deployment with the thumb, reverse, and front flipper. This thing is absolutely incredible, a very utilitarian blade shape. The action is phenomenal. The aesthetics are perfect. Great ergos. Great access to the liner with a chamfer, easy to disengage, and this knife comes in right around $50 to $60. And there are other variations of this knife you can get. You can get a button lock. Now I believe the button locks do not have the contoured scales, but with the contoured scales, the RPM 9 powdered steel, the great build, the great Ray Laconico design, nice stonewash, tumbled finish, all for around 50 to 60 bucks. This one is well worth the investment. Love the CJRB Echo. Next up, the Savivi Vision. This has been featured on quite a few different videos, and for good reason. This is probably one of the best under $100 knives of the year, if not the best under $100 knife of the year. The Savivi Vision FG comes in right around 80 bucks. Nitro V, very useful, sheep's foot, Warncliffe, modified version of either one. Great blade shape. I absolutely love it. You have dual thumb studs for the deployment option. They both work very good. Nice micarta scales. You do have some speed holes there for weight relief. You have that awesome super lock from Snex. This has a titanium milled clip, but in the standard configuration you do get a nice deep carry steel rollover clip, Savivi's usual rollover clip there. And with the super lock, you're basically getting a full length backspacer. So the ergos and the comfort on this thing is outstanding. Absolutely love it. Massive sharpening choil there for around 80 bucks. Nitro V, a great build, great materials all the way around. A fancy, newer, cool lock, all for around 80 bucks. Very hard to beat this, and this might end up being on a lot of people's lists for the under $100 knife of the year, no question. Savivi knocked this one out of the park. And do me a favor, guys, give me a thumbs up on this guy and leave a comment down below. The more interaction on the video, the more that it really gets the video circulated. So before you head out, if you head out early, just leave a thumbs up and just say something down in the comments. Anything your little heart desires. I always look forward to hearing from you guys. And if you're a newcomer to the GBaller Visionaire Club, well, hit that subscribe button down below the video because I would love to have you here. So the third knife on this list is the Knock Knives collaboration with Tac Ray. You're getting VG10 titanium backspacer, titanium pocket clip, some cool unique milling that's been done on the titanium frame, and this knife is 8 inches or maybe even a little bit more, but you're getting a nice stone washed modified Warncliffe VG10 blade, and that is a lot of VG10, fully flat ground. This thing is a slicing master. It'd be perfect for an EDC, perfect for a work knife, and also this would make a great food prep knife. You know, if you needed to use your pocket knife to do some various things in the kitchen or with some food prep and this is all you had around, this would be perfect. You get anode titanium, and this is routinely around the $100 mark. And to get titanium and VG10 and titanium accents all the way around, that is a fantastic deal, guys. And I don't care what anyone says about VG10. VG10 at the right price points is a phenomenal steel. And if you can get VG10 and titanium for around $100 and get a good build out of it, that is a fantastic deal. There's a reason why Spyderco and some other various companies use VG10. It's because it's a good mediocre steel. It's, you know, right in the middle there. It ain't a bottom end steel and it ain't a top tier steel, but it's right in the middle there, and it has some good characteristics. Definitely worth the $100 price point. Here's another one right around the $100 price point, and guys, this thing is absolutely phenomenal. The Kaiser Cobalt 2. Now, for right around $100, not only are you getting a fantastic sized knife, but you're getting 4V, CPM 4V steel, which is fantastic. Very tough stuff. Nice black washed blade. You have a sheep's foot style blade. You do have a cutout for the thumb and reverse flicks. This thing also has some of the best acoustics for a knife around $100 that I've ever handled. It tings almost every time you open this guy up. You do have a nice front flipper there. It is a front flipper, not a top flipper. Great front flipper. It works. It's not your standard style of front flipper, but the way it is designed, it works very good for the rollover and the index rollover. I don't know about the reach around, maybe. Yep, you can get the reach around on this guy. Great ergos, aluminum handle. You have a deep carry pocket clip. This won't be reversible. You do have great access to the liner. Now, they didn't chamfer it, which is the one thing I wish they would have added to this knife, because for right around $100, if they chamfered that liner, man, this thing, I mean, it's still phenomenal. But like I always say, it's them fine, small details that really make a knife go from a 9, 9.5 to a 10. And that would have really rounded this thing out. But the Kaiser Cobalt 2 and 4V, I believe they have some other ones in 154, but they're just a little bit less money for the 154. So for a little bit more money, you can go up and get the 4V, which is what I did. And this thing is phenomenal. Next up is another new release from this year. We have the AM8 Knives Gladiator 2. And when this first came out and I first got this knife, I fell in love. And I'm still in love with this knife. For around $160, that's retail. And you can get them cheaper than that at some places at some times. But for right around $160, guys, yeah, we're jumping up a little bit now. But for $160, you're getting S90V, which is a phenomenal steel. Sandblasted with a high polish done on the blade. You have a nice, useful drop point style blade. You have dual thumb studs and a front flipper for that dual deployment, and they all work very, very well. You can also slow roll this guy out. Now, it is a titanium frame lock. You do have stone washed tie for the handles, and then you have a tie clip and back spacer. Great access with a chamfer to that lock bar. For $160, titanium thumb studs. This thing is phenomenal, guys. I can't stress that enough. S90V is a phenomenal steel, and when you combine that with, you know, a great size, great ergos, and a very aesthetically pleasing knife, very hard to beat. AM8 and Megaron have been doing a phenomenal job revamping some of their version 1 models. They've done a lot of version 2s this year, and they have all been exceptional, at least the ones I have had. And then the ones that I have seen that I don't have, those are also very, very good knives. The action on this guy is nice and smooth, nice and hydraulic. Absolutely love the Gladiator too. It's one of the best buys of 2023. Next up, any version of this knife is going to be a phenomenal deal. The Hogue Ritter, the Doug Ritter RSK, USA made. They come in 20 CV. They come in the new fangled Magna Cut as well, and you have 2 different sizes. This thing is incredible, right around the $160 mark, just like the Chinese OEM'd or Chinese made AM8 Gladiator 2. For that same price, you can go get a USA made 20 CV. Now you're not getting titanium here, but you're getting some contoured scales, semi-contoured, open construction, great ergos. This thing is extremely comfortable. You're getting Hogue's Able lock, which is their crossbar lock. Works very, very well. Very fidgety knife. Great action. Now, it did take some time for this to break in, but it broke in very well after some time. But that's what you get when you have nice, tight tolerances. You have a deep carry clip. It's lower mounted though, so there is going to be a little bit sticking out there, which is just fine with me. But USA made, 20 CV. Hogue has some of the best edges in the game. They do a great heat treat over there. And then combine that with Doug Ritter, who is the head of knife rights, restoring knife rights all across America back to the people. A lot of the money, or all of the money that you use to buy these knives, go right to funding Doug Ritter's mission on knife rights, which is to restore the state's knife rights. And recently he won Pennsylvania our knife rights back. So I'm a huge supporter of Doug Ritter, and I'll probably get a mini, and I'll probably end up with a larger Magna Cut one at some point in time as well, because I love the knife and I love what Doug stands for, and I love Hogue. So it's a great, great investment. The Hogue Ritter RSK1, no stranger, but a great buy. And now we're bumping it up. This one comes in right around 180 to 190. Megaron QX2. You're getting a beautiful sheep's foot modified Warncliffe blade, coming in M390, which is phenomenal. You do have a high polish sandblast on this as well, and I have not had a single issue with the sandblasting or the high polish sandblasting. It has held up very well. If it was going to rust, it would have rusted or started pitting by now, and it has not. I have several. I have ones that are like 2 years old that I didn't know were sandblasted, or I just didn't remember, and they are completely fine. Whereas a bead blasted finish will rust, and it does not take long for the bead blast to rust. So there is a different chemical process when it comes to the sandblasting and the bead blasting. Anyway, you have dual deployments with the cutout and the front flipper tab. They all work very, very well. The action is phenomenal. You can even slow roll this guy out, thumb flick it, reverse flick it, do all the front flipper stuff that you love to do. With the front flipper, you got the nice Megaron pivot there. Looks very good, keeps the blade nice and clean. All that's on here is the M390. Thumbs up for that, and to Megaron and AM8. They do a great job with that. Nice titanium clip, titanium geared backspacer, and they put some micro milling horizontal lines on this thing, and in person it looks absolutely phenomenal. They give you a nice chamfer here, going to that nice long lock bar that also has a chamfer. Like I said, the action is awesome. The aesthetic of this knife is awesome. Ergos are great. This is a little bit lighter weight of a knife, and you got a full finger choil there. Absolutely love this thing. The Megaron QX2, under $200, M390, micro milled titanium accents. It's like I always say, if We Knives did a knife like this, it'd be $300 easily. That'll wrap it up, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. The more interaction on the videos really helps the videos out. I love you guys. Everyone who stays and watches all the video, I can't thank you enough. New guys, hit the subscribe button because we got lots more coming down the pipe. Tabletops, outdoor testing, all kinds of stuff. We'd love to have you here at the G-Baller community. It's a great place to be. It's a brotherhood. I'm going to throw up 2 new videos. Head over and check them out.